All right, hey everybody, this is Brandon McCaskill. Welcome to the Safari Arie Roadshow. We have Arie with us here, and he's going to give us a little update about where he's at, how things are going, and yeah. So Arie, how's it going?
That's a loaded question, to be quite honest. It really is a loaded question. And you're gonna have to actually bear with me because I don't want to, I'm a little bit spaced out as
Yeah,
far as the dates, but I think it's April 6th today, right?
I haven't.
Um,
Yes.
and yeah, I'm still in my tent. I haven't even brushed my teeth.
Uh,
Okay, so let me, to the best of my ability and knowledge, yeah, to the best of my ability, just recount the last couple days. So I left no, see, like, you have no idea. Um, I left Las Vegas April 1st
yeah,
after spending 60 days at an Airbnb. And so I left the Airbnb and I went to the strip and just took a few photos because the strip was actually 20 kilometers away from where I was. So it wasn't that close. I hadn't actually been to the strip since I had first come into Las Vegas. So I went to the strip, I took some photos, whatever. Um, and then I got out of the downtown and I actually got myself as far as Henderson, which is just the city outside. And anyway, so far, so good. I woke up the next morning, which I guess would have been April 2nd. I didn't make breakfast because I had to go grocery shopping
hmm
and there was a Walmart like 2 kilometers away. So I went to the Walmart and got some groceries, but I wasn't really feeling hungry. So it's like, okay, I'll just start pedaling. And if I feel hungry, then I'll make some breakfast, whatever. Anyways, I don't know what happened, but like, I think when I was in Las Vegas for the most part, I think the temperatures were in around like low to mid 20s for the most part, give or
yeah.
take average. And all of a sudden it went to like mid 30s.
Hmm.
And I mean, I like the heat, but I don't know, something like the heat just completely zapped me.
Yeah.
I had no energy, I had no appetite. Like I biked to the Hoover Dam from Henderson and I biked back out of the Hoover Dam. It's actually a bit of a it's a climb to get out. It's a descent to get in, but then you got to climb. I basically didn't eat the whole day, and I basically biked I think like 60 kilometers,
Wow.
and I didn't eat any, like I just and it was just the heat, just so parched and no escape from the. Anyways, I was able to eat supper that night and I woke up the next morning and once it like just no appetite.
Yeah.
And I actually like, but I knew like, it's like, okay, I've got to bike all day in the desert because basically I'm going to follow Lake Mead. There's a recreational area that follows the lake called Lake Mead. I guess that's the result of the Hoover Dam.
Yeah.
Um, and so I forced myself to eat, but I had to like sip water with like, cause I usually have fried eggs for breakfast.
Yeah.
And I actually had to sip water with every mouthful because I couldn't get it down. And and then I biked into the desert and there was just I got I think about 50 kilometers in and it's like every I just oh my goodness.
Hmm.
And that night I was so exhausted that I actually for the first time in my life actually, believe it or not, I've never actually slept under the stars.
Yeah.
I just had no energy to set up my tent. I was able to pull out my pad, my sleeping bag, and I literally collapsed.
Hmm.
No supper, no nothing. Um, the next morning, I attempted to make breakfast. Once again, sipping water with every mouthful. I actually ended up gagging, and I'm thinking like it's just like I had no energy. Um, I would have to like I got 10 kilometers down the road, and I thought I was going to throw up. And like these are all things that are not good in the desert in
No.
34 degrees Celsius. Like that's mid 90s. And I was like, oh my goodness, like what happened? Like it's just
Is that just
like honest.
dehydration?
Well, I mean, I was drinking water regularly.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is it's all hot water. Like it gets so hot so quickly.
Mm.
That's the thing about the desert. There is just no escape from the elements whatsoever. You can't go anywhere. You can't hide.
Yeah.
There's no trees. There's no,
Mm.
um, and like, I was just like, I mean, in my head, I knew, okay, just keep pushing, keep pushing. This can't last forever.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I basically, I reached my 17,000 kilometer or 10,500 mile mark,
Yeah.
of so far. And I mean, biking through the winter or whatever, April 2nd to April 4th, 5th, honestly, the hardest days I
Mm.
have ever done. Like basically every couple hours, I would literally collapse like on a turnout, like
Wow.
people would pull over and ask me if I need and luckily a couple times some people were able to offer me cold water.
Yeah.
Um, but I had no energy. Like for the first time, like, and I actually started intentionally biking into the dark, like from 7 to 9,
Yeah.
just to get because it would be cooler temperatures. And I just, yeah, I
Wow.
just honestly. And so today's the 6th. So then I guess, so the 5th, so the 4th, like I said, I'm actually really spaced out because I didn't sleep well last night.
Yeah.
So when I was coming out of Lake Mead, I guess that would be the 4th. Right before it got dark, a family did stop because they saw my bike loaded and they were like, "Oh my goodness, what are you doing?" And just like so crazy
Yeah.
and this and that. And they actually had some cold Pepsis and some McDonald's food.
Wow.
And because of the Pepsis, I was able to wash the food down. So I was able to actually eat for the first time since the Hoover Dam. I was actually able to eat supper.
Yeah.
Um, and so, but they gave me like 3 McChicken sandwiches or something like that. And I was actually only able to eat like 1.5
Yeah.
with the 2 Pepsis to wash it down. Um, and then I started pedaling, and I actually felt for the first time actually pretty normal.
Mm.
And I got basically that night I got within 6 kilometers of Interstate 15. I'm actually basically right beside Interstate 15 right now on my way to
Yeah.
Utah. And so I was able to get within 6 kilometers of Interstate 15, and I actually felt normal for the first time.
Yeah.
Um, but then when I woke up the next morning, it was like, yeah, I when I woke up, I actually felt normal.
Yeah.
But the problem is I had just biked literally like, I don't know, 150 kilometers, I guess.
Mm.
Well, between 150 to 200 kilometers through the desert in 34 degrees Celsius on 1 meal a day. And so I woke up yesterday morning like super weak.
Mm.
And it's like, so and the closest, I'd already kind of exited the town the night before.
Yeah.
And so I had some soup yesterday morning because that would go, I had 4 eggs left. I threw the eggs while they were going to get hot. Like, well, I mean, I don't have a fridge. And
Yeah.
so I threw my last 4 eggs out because I couldn't eat them anymore. And so I just had soup because I could, I could wash down,
Yeah.
with, you know, and so anyways, it was like 50 kilometers to the next town. And luckily, like, it was hilly for the 6 kilometers to the interstate. And then there was a kind of a big hill, once I got on the interstate, and then it was flat for like 45 kilometers.
Yeah.
And so I was, yeah. And that's the thing, even everything I've biked since leaving Las Vegas, other than the hill coming out of Hoover Dam, nothing's been, massive by any means, by
Yeah.
any standard. But when you're in 34 degrees and you've had almost nothing to eat, like even a small little bump is like, oh my goodness. Anyways, I got on the interstate yesterday. I got into Mesquite, and it was like 50. I mean, I didn't even know if I was going to be able to do it like without killing myself. but I
Yeah.
actually did it in record time. Because it was flat, I actually felt pretty good. I was weak, but I felt pretty good. Anyways, I got into this town called Mesquite, and I went to McDonald's to have a milkshake and a large Coke, because I thought the milkshake, that would go down smooth. But it was funny, like I just wanted to just parch my dry throat.
Yeah.
And I thought I'll try to eat something, but I had no appetite.
Hmm.
And then I'm just sitting there, and because they wouldn't let you sit inside.
Yeah.
And it's like 34 degrees outside, and I'm so weak and tired, and there's just no escape from the heat. And I'm just sitting there going, I don't know what to do, because there's a massive climb to get into Utah, and I don't have the energy.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, I thought, well, I'm going to go to Walmart to get some more soups, because I can seem to be able to take those. And I left the McDonald's, and about 2 minutes later, my shifting cable ended up snapping.
Uh,
So I had no shifting in my front rings.
yeah.
And
Gee.
yeah, and the thing is, it's actually not a hard fix if you know exactly what you're doing. But
Yeah.
I've actually never fixed it before. And oh my goodness, I actually, it took, I mean, I'm not going to admit how many hours it took, because I had to actually figure it out like piece by piece.
Yeah.
And like I said, for someone who knows how to fix a bike, they're laughing their butts off right now, going, do you know how easy it is to fix that? It's like, yeah, but the thing is I kept doing everything wrong. I put the cable in wrong, and it got stuck, and I
Gee.
had to like it got stuck, and I had to pull everything apart to try to and it took forever. And then it got dark, and then I got everything in place, and then it wouldn't shift the gears, and then I had to, but I actually fixed my very first bike breakdown yesterday. That was my
Yeah.
accomplishment. But keeping in mind, like, I've got like, I'm just dying. You know what I mean?
It's too bad. So I'll leave you with this question. Contrast for
Uh,
us. This time last year, well, probably a month ago. Well, it's April now, so probably about March last year, you were in the coldest of colds.
no, well, not technically, no, because March 19th is when I got shut down. I was at my aunt's from
Oh,
March
that's
19
right.
to May 19. So when I got
That's
back
right.
on the road, it was spring in Ontario. Um,
So when was the coldest? Would that have been February?
yeah, that would have been through New Brunswick and into Quebec.
So what would you rather?
Uh,
What you're doing now or that?
oh, you know what? I mean, it's just like, I mean, what would I rather do? All I know is like April 2nd to April 5th. And
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, I'm not out of it, right? Like, I'm very weak.
Yeah.
But getting, like, from leaving Las Vegas to Mesquite, hardest days of the entire ride, without a doubt. Like, I'm
Man.
still, like, yeah, without a doubt, like, nothing even comparable. Like, um, yeah, so yeah, I mean, whatever. I mean, I'm just like, I know I just gotta keep moving and just build up my strength again. But it's just, the problem it's just in the dead. And the thing is, I love the heat.
Yeah.
I had no expectation, no anticipation of responding this way. It just happened. And
Well, you
so,
took a little bit of a
anyways,
break too, eh?
yeah, that was, I guess, from that perspective, like, I guess that's, I mean, wow. I don't know if I want to say it was a huge mistake, but um, yeah, I didn't anticipate, I didn't see this coming at all. It just
Yeah.
took me right out of like left field. And, I'm in my tent going, it's a little bit of a cooler day.
Yeah.
And it's like, and there is a slight breeze. And it's like, I've got my tent doors open, and it's like, I don't even want to leave my tent,
Yeah.
and I don't even know what I'm going to do. Like, that's the thing, is it takes me a long time to process, to just, okay, what exactly am I going to do?
Yeah.
So yeah, so I mean, like, I actually, after I fixed my cable, I went back to McDonald's last night, and I was actually able to eat supper. I actually had a Big Mac combo.
Yeah.
It's amazing how even when you're sick, it's funny, when I'm not sick, McDonald's makes me sick. But
Yeah.
it's like, I just figured, because we have that I don't know, whatever, that they put something in their food, that when we had McDonald's when we're a kid,
Yeah.
that we always crave, even if we decide we're not going to eat that food anymore,
Yeah.
we still want to. So
Yeah.
whatever they put in their food, we had McDonald's when we were 5 years old, and now for the rest of our lives, we will always crave McDonald's. And so I had McDonald's last night,
Yeah.
Big Mac combo. So that put a meal in my stomach. And then I had to bike out of the city to find a place to camp, which actually put me in Arizona. So technically I'm 3 kilometers in Arizona.
Yeah.
And whoops, did you lose me?
No, you're
Oh
good.
no, there I am. Sorry. Like I said, I haven't even left my tent. I don't know. I'm just in this field. I don't know.
Jeez.
There's this water. I don't know. There's a water tank or something
Yeah.
right here, and I don't know. I just found a gravel road,
Yeah.
and so I'm just, yeah. And so, anyways, I don't know what the conversion kilometers. 30 miles down Interstate 15, because Interstate 15 is right there. 30 miles down that way is Utah. It's Interstate 15 just clips the very northwest corner of Arizona.
Right.
And so I basically have 30 kilometers through Arizona, and then I'm into Utah.
Okay.
And so, yeah. And then, I'm into Utah. And then, anyways, who knows? Well, like I said, for me, it's just trying to get 1 hour. It's literally 1 hour at a time.
Yeah. One step at a time, one pedal at a time.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, thanks for that update. Hope you're going to take care of yourself, get the electrolytes you need.
Yeah. That's the worst, is just not having cold water to drink. It is like when you're so parched and the water is hot, it doesn't quench. It really doesn't. But luckily I've had a few people stop and offer me cold drinks. So,
that's good.
But anyways, yeah,
right.
That's my update.
Right on. All right. Yeah. Thanks for that. I'll be following up with you to see how you're doing the next couple of days.
Yeah. All right.
All
Later.
right. Thanks, guys, for watching. This is the Safari Arie Roadshow. Hit subscribe if you're not subscribed, and leave us a comment. Tell us what you think. All right. Take care.
What they think. Bye.
Bye, guys.